Got some cool tools I want to share with you guys today. Nothing here is sponsored by anybody. Nobody pays me to have these featured on this channel. They're just really cool tools that I like to share, and hopefully they can help build your toolbox along the way and help make your life a little bit easier. First up is this top scan little Bluetooth scanner. And I know you guys are thinking like, oh yeah, it's just a little code reader. You plug it in, you can communicate with your phone and read trouble codes and stuff. This thing is legit like a scanner. It's an actual scan tool built into this little tiny module that you plug into your DLC, and you use your phone as an interface. The only thing that's different between this and actual scan tool is the scan tool has a screen, so you're just using your phone. This thing packs a punch. I bought it just so I could monitor my transmission temperatures while I was towing with my Lexus, and I was like, holy crap, I can do bidirectional controls, I can do active tests, live data, I can select the ones that I want, and I can clear code. I'll show you real quick. All right, we're in the Lexus here, key on, engine off. We'll throw this bad boy on there. Once you get here, it's the main menu, hit diagnostic at the top, and then you choose the manufacturer that you have. You can download a plethora of different manufacturers in here, but I have Lexus installed, so I'll click that. I leave this in my car all the time, no matter what. I just leave it in there, and if something ever pops up, check engine light, I can check it on my phone. If I'm trying to look at different data parameters, so I was using it for my my trailer to monitor the transmission temperatures, and super easy. I just keep this on my dash and monitor them while in real time, So it's kind of convenient in that aspect, but if you already have a decent scan tool, this may be something that's a little redundant for you. It's not going to be as fast as a scan tool, and it may not have all the data parameters or all the tests or active tests that a real scan tool will have. But if you don't have one and you need something with bidirectional control, this is something that will definitely bridge that gap. It's a little unintuitive at sometimes, but for the most part, it's not bad. These are all the modules that this vehicle has, and say if I wanted to go into main body, and I could click read trouble codes, clear trouble codes. I could look at the data stream, and it'll give all the data PIDs that this vehicle has, that this will pull up anyway. Different scan tools have different PIDs that will pull up from the module. But if I want to go to edit, I could select a few different ones to increase the refresh rate. And then if you go back, you can go to active tests, and this is where all the bidirectional controls are. So if I want to door lock, I can go lock, unlock. If I went back to, say, like vehicle horn, I could hit on, off. Just like a regular scan tool would have. Like I said, I don't know the limitations on this, but for the most part, this is a fantastic tool for under $100. I think I picked mine up for around $60 on sale. So fantastic value. And it's, like I said, it's really mobile. So you can take it anywhere with you and just put it in your pocket if you want to. Like I said, I just leave mine plugged in. So pretty big everyday carry guy. I do like to be prepared for whatever I can be without carrying too much. When I was a technician, while on the job, I would have a Streamline in one pocket, Kershaw pocket knife in another pocket, and then pens and pocket screwdrivers and shirt pocket. That's changed a little bit since I no longer do it professionally. I'll just show you what I typically carry on a regular day, just because at the end I want to show you what I actually picked up, which is really freaking cool. So this is a Borroot. I hope I'm saying that right. This is just a light. It's about the same size as a key fob, maybe a little bit smaller than a key fob. This is fantastic. I use this all the time, like not for long times. Like if I'm working on a car, I'm not going to take this out of my pocket. But if I'm looking for something on the ground that I dropped, or if I'm just digging through the car at night and I'm trying to find something, this is so crazy because the amount of light output that this offers compared to like your iPhone that I used to rely on all the time, the output is different. I'll just show you real quick. Okay, so I just closed the garage here. This is my phone. Turn the light on. Decent, right? Like I can kind of see. But I got the Borroot. Look at that. Crazy bright. So a huge difference. And it's just awesome to have. Battery life is pretty awesome. I probably only charge it, I don't know, once every 2 or 3 months. And it's never really gone dead on me. I don't, like I said, I don't use this for long periods of time, maybe like 1 or 2 minutes when I drop something on the ground at night or digging through my car at night. It's fantastic compared to your iPhone. So definitely a good pickup. Also, this isn't really a tool. I just feel like if you guys are into everyday carry stuff, which I am, I feel like other people that are into tools might be too. This is my wallet. And so I know it's like just a regular card wallet. You put your cards in, it's fairly, skinny and stuff. But I keep this inside of my wallet. I love it. So this is called a charge card. And this is a power bank. You can see how tiny that is. Now, it's not something that will charge your phone from 0 to 100 like 3 or 4 times, but it is something that will get you out of a jam. So if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have 0%, you have no way of charging, you just get this guy out and it'll get you back up to like 30 or 40%. When I was in San Francisco doing a toolbox tour, roads are crazy. I didn't have a charger and I was in a rental car and I had like 2% battery life and I was using my maps. This saved my life. I'm telling you, these are awesome. Even like when I'm with a group of friends and somebody's phone's about to die and we're all jammed into a car, we don't have a charger. It comes in handy a lot, and I'm so glad I use it. Like I said, it fits in a really small space. So, but that leads me to these. When I was on a toolbox tour just recently with Christopher, he had these emergency trauma shears.
So these are my scissors that I use all the time. They're Leatherman Raptor scissors. They go in your pocket.
That could be like an everyday carry.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I used to carry back in the day just a Kershaw pocket knife. This is my everyday carry. I used to carry it every day and I loved it, right? Then I moved to a Leatherman Wave, which is kind of bulky, heavy, and I ended up not using it as much as I thought I would. The knives are okay, but it doesn't, come out as fast as a Kershaw knife does. And I don't know, wasn't my favorite. It was really bulky in my pocket. So then I saw, the one that Christopher showed me, and I had to get it. So I bought a pair. I've had it for about 2 weeks now, and I'm telling you, I will never go back to a pocket knife unless I'm going like camping or like going hiking or something. I'm never gonna just bring a regular knife. This is just so much more practical for me versus this. So I have 2 kids. One's 2 and one's 5 years old. So these are just lifesavers. Like Otter Pop, boom. Like Go-Gurt, boom. Or like you have one of those. You have like one of these new Knipex hard, impossible to open packages. Like these. Just watch this. Look, I don't have to risk myself cutting into my leg. Trying to slice through it. These are just awesome. I wasn't sure about them completely, but they're awesome. They do have other things other than shears on them. Like they have this thing that comes out. It's meant for like seat belts to get caught, but I use it to open boxes, like Amazon packages. I was kind of concerned this doesn't have like a regular knife, so I was like, well, I'm gonna have to have this and a knife. But this cuts the boxes just perfectly, better than a knife, because you're not gonna cut what's ever inside of the box, because this is a curved blade. Like you're not going to cut straight through and hit whatever's inside the box. So just really cool. Has this cool thing. I don't really think I'll ever use it, but it's for oxygen tanks. It also has a thing in the front here that's meant for cutting off rings. I used it once or twice for cutting off zip ties. It's, like I said, that's not super practical, but I did use it. Pretty cool. And then on the end, it has a thing to break windows in case of emergency. It's cool to know that I have that, and it's like the weight difference between these two is huge. You can see the size difference is a little bit bigger than like a knife or a Leatherman. But I keep this in my pocket, and it's just, I don't know, it's been a game changer for me. If you guys rely on a knife for doing things that only a knife can do, then just of course keep the knife. But if you're like me and you're like more practical stuff like opening packages and Otter Pops and Go-Gurts and other snacks and treats for your kids, this is just, it's awesome. They do have, so this is the Leatherman version. They do have cheaper knockoff versions that I didn't try, but they got really good reviews on Amazon, so maybe give those a shot. This one's about $100. If you don't want to put the money out for this this really nice one, this has a 10-year warranty, I believe, then you go with the knockoff if you want. And for those of you that use your knife for like self-defense purposes, that's good, more power to you. For me to ever be in that situation, my running skills are way beyond my knife fighting skills, so I can't see myself ever being in a knife fight. So just less of a reason for me to carry this. Like, it's never gonna happen for me. I'll just run away. I don't care. Now this is a zip tie gun. If you haven't seen these before, the first time I saw it was over in Mike's box over at Z Motorsports.
Thomas & Betts zip tie gun.
Oh, okay.
You set the tension on it, so you put this tie wrap in, pull it, and it cuts it off flush at a certain tension. And
basically it's for helping you put on zip ties. So I'll grab a zip tie here. Basically all this does is help you put the zip tie on at a predetermined tension level, and then it snaps off right for you. This kind of eliminates the need to have, a set of flush cuts. This is all metal construction, which is really nice. If you're doing something like what Mike does, and he does, wire harnesses, and you want them to all be the same and not have it over tension. Like in a wire harness, you don't want it to like bundle up really, really tight. This does that. And while we're on the subject of zip ties, I have this. So I was looking for my zip ties and I found these. So this is basically a cool little doodad for holding all your zip ties. Instead of having like a bunch of different bags for your zip ties, you can pick this guy up. They're relatively inexpensive, but it has a constant tension arm on it. So you just fish your zip ties in there, and then every time you want one, you just fish one out, right? It just comes in handy, keeps your box a little more organized, just pretty cool. Figured I'd mention it to you guys in case you're looking for some zip tie storage ideas. Blue Point makes a tool, and it's like a prying tool made for the aviation industry, and it's just like a metal spoon, and it looks similar to this bad boy, but this is one that I got off Amazon, and it's made out of really high quality 4140 steel, except this is a little bit cheaper and it's off-brand. But the other thing I like about it is the other side has this little clip prying tool, which is really neat. But the appeal of these, so these are made for the aviation industry for prying sheets of metal apart. And this is really, really strong. And typically when you're dealing with like interior panels and stuff like that, you don't want to use metal because you have a higher chance of gouging the plastic and stuff. But there's some instances where you really want to be somewhere that's really, really small and still have a ton of power, and this will give it to you. So something that's kind of cool. Plus it has that, that little clip prying tool on the end. Now these are pretty cool. These are little plug stops. If you haven't seen these yet, I saw them in a toolbox store, and I don't remember which one. I'm sorry, but I did see these in a toolbox store, and I had to pick these up. But basically, these are just like these are plugs or stops for lines. They have a bunch of different sizes. Look at this massive one. Look at this thing. Like who are they? You could use these for transmission plugs or transmission lines or brake lines when you're taking calipers off or anything like that. They got a bunch of different smaller ones like this. But basically, you just plug these in and then you twist and you get them to seal. Also, the ends of these have little holes, and you can use needle nose to go on the back of these to help you push it in and secure it properly. They're oil resistant, so they don't break down, and just a solid kit. Really nice if you don't want to make a big mess in an area. Plus, they come with this little cool pouch that you can zip up. Keeps everything kind of organized. Now, here's something I don't see too often. This is a puck, and it's basically a lifting pad for your jack. And if you haven't seen these before, basically they go on top of your jack. So I got two different jacks here. This can fit right over this this area here. This is like the plate where you lift from. Sometimes when you're lifting from like the pinch weld, this contact point is fairly small and it can damage a pinch weld. And so stuff like this puck can go on here and gives you a greater lifting area. And so the weight is distributed a little evenly throughout the lifting plate. Do make sure that you're getting the right size. The one that I have in the description will fit this one. This is just an older low profile Pittsburgh jack. But it won't fit this. If you try to put this on something like this old Team Mechanics jack, it's not going to fit, and there's a chance that this could slip off while you're lifting. So please make sure you're getting the right size. But yeah, they're kind of helpful and really nice to have sometimes. This next tool is really cool. I saw this in Tomas's box, and it's basically made to remove oxygen sensors.
Except for oxygen sensors, yeah, this is the driver. Put this on the O2 sensor and break it loose with an air hammer like that.
This is a tool made by Milton Industries, made in the USA, comes with this really nice blow mold tray. Has these two sockets, has one shallow, one deep, and has this guy that goes inside of an air hammer. The deep and the shallow are both the same, they're just different depths, but they both have dimples on there at different angles. And you plug this into your air hammer and you hit on the side of here, giving your oxygen sensor a little bit of a jolt. This is fantastic because usually you don't have the ability to send a shock into an oxygen sensor with an impact or anything like that. You're usually just limited to a ratchet or a wrench. And so with this being able to supply a little bit of a jolt to jar that oxygen sensor loose, it comes in clutch because everybody's been there. Everybody's been where they have just a completely stuck oxygen sensor, and this can definitely lend a hand. It also comes with this rethreader. You can rethread the bung or the oxygen sensor itself. So pretty cool kit, and I'm really glad that Tomas was able to show us that, and I was able to pick it up because, man, if I had this, 10 years ago, holy cow, that would have saved a lot of headache. So I did a toolbox tour with Yoshi. He worked on RVs and stuff like that. He had one of these in his box.
Which is freaking cool.
What is that a chair?
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Which I thought was really, really cool. Collapsible stool. And so these are supposedly capable of supporting, 600 pounds. That's what they claim. I probably wouldn't hold them to that because this is like, I don't know. This to me doesn't look like it would hold 600 pounds, but nevertheless, it's really, really sturdy, really strong, and just fantastic. Like it folds up like nothing. Pretty cool. You don't have to just use this for, in the shop. It's kind of cool because you can just carry it around. It's so mobile. But I mean, you can use this for just about anything. I go to my kids' soccer games all the time. You can pop that open really quick and super easy to collapse. Like I love it. But if you are working around in the shop, say if you have like your tool cart and you have to roll it all the way across the shop, and you want to have your stool and you don't want to have one just like rolling around, I'm telling you, just pop this open. Fantastic. Now, the last thing I want to feature today, it's not exactly a tool, but it's something that I really haven't seen a whole lot of, and it's this tray. And literally, this is a cookie sheet. Now, this is a lot bigger than something that you're going to find in the store, because this won't even fit in a regular oven. But basically, if you have a work surface like your box, and you don't want to have like a bunch of fluid or anything going everywhere, this is awesome because you can like rebuild calipers, you can oil pumps, oil lines, anything that you can fit on this. Rack and pinion while you're disassembling it, put it on here. All the fluid will stay on here. This is aluminum, and so it's not going to rust or corrode on you. It's really easy to clean up. I know some people will just use the top of their box because boxes usually have like this upper portion that will keep the fluid on the box. But a lot of times people don't have just a completely open surface on their box. They have papers on their box or a computer or stereo. Just usually they don't have an entire work surface dedicated to fluids. And so something like this can really, really be nice because you still use your work surface, but still keep it clean and contained in something like this. Now they do make like oil drip pans, and I have found those to be incredibly flimsy and just not well built. Like this is stout. Like I can barely move this. And so if I had like 30 pounds on this, I would have no problem transferring this. That's another thing. So like if you have a project going on right now on this and you're starting on another project, you can just move this out of the way and set it somewhere else while you have another project going on. So this doesn't have to stay in your way all the time. But yeah, this can definitely hold a lot of weight compared to some of the other drip pans that I've seen. I'll show you something else that I've had that didn't work for me, but maybe some of you guys might appreciate. So I have this guy. Now this is a gun cleaning mat. So it has a mat that will definitely catch a lot of your fluids and stuff, and you have little spaces for like bolts and stuff. This even has a bunch of magnets built into it. But I have found that this, for one thing, it's not very durable. Like because it's meant for guns, you're not really like slamming a caliper or a rack and pinion or an oil pump or something like that on you. I feel like over time this would definitely degrade and just like wear all the chemicals and solvents that you use. I think it would just eat through this. Probably wouldn't be the best. If you're taking apart modules or something like that, this could really be nice because you can keep all your tools, all of your screws and stuff really separate and keep them where they need to be. But something that you could still consider if you think it might work for you. I also have this. Now this is meant for boots. Now, like when you get home and your boots are all like wet and from snow and slush and stuff, I bought this to try to mitigate losing fluids and stuff from, different components and stuff. But same thing, it doesn't seem as durable as like a metal container would be. This is nice because you can roll it up and stuff, but really that aluminum sheet pan, definitely the way to go. Highly recommend it. But yeah. Whatever works for you, just some options for you guys. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I like sharing these because I like tools and I like sharing tools that I think other people may not have seen before. So also, if you have tools that you think are really interesting and unique and you think could save other people time, just drop a comment. I'd love to see them and I'd share the ideas that everybody else has. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have a toolbox you'd like to have featured on this channel, as always, you can hit me up on Instagram or just send me an email. But till the next one, we'll see you.